Is our karma, is our predestined destiny, love? Can I change or redirect my karma? It is the destiny of the body, is the destiny of my body. And you can't stop it, but it's unknown what the future is. It's going to be the way it is, and you can't stop it or change it, because in one way it's never happened, and in one way it's already happened. I'm sorry. So there's these two realities. In one way it's never happened, in one way it's already happened. Isn't it brilliant, this subject? I know that sounds really like, why would I even bother saying two completely opposite things? But as your mind begins to break down, you begin to stop hiding on to so many dogmas. You see there's so many there is no truth in anything, so we can only sort of kind of point to the magic of what's creating all of this. So our destiny is the way our destiny is. Now, what that does to us in the moment is it makes us think, I can sit back and enjoy the ride, which is a nice thought, and I'm not saying don't think that. That is a nice thought. You can sit back and enjoy the road. You really can. You can put your slippers on. You can take yourself a glass of whiskey, if whiskey is your tickle. If I'm going to have anything, I quite like a vodka orange. But if whiskey is your tickle, you take a whiskey. If you just like a lemon and water, you take a lemon and water. And you put your dressing gown on, and you can sit back and you can enjoy the magnificent ride of this life. But if you've got lots of suffering going on, then that's not going to work. Okay, you're suffering, you're in agony, you're like, oh God, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, and I can just sit back and enjoy the ride. That's, I highly think, I doubt that's going to work, and I suspect that's some form of suppression and not knowing yourself, and that's just going nowhere, which is the ultimate destination. But to me, that thought in that moment, if you're suffering, isn't a good thought. So if you're in that situation, then a more wise thing to do would be to investigate what's happening here. So what's happening? Why am I so stressed? Now, whether that thought arises to investigate is destiny. It's like it's God's will. Whether you've got the openness to investigate in that moment or not is totally down to the divine, but it happens through the appearance of someone saying, let's have an investigation. Let's have a look to see what's happening here. And then who knows if they've had teaching to know how to look into the body or into feelings, or maybe they've naturally got the inclination. And from that investigation, just from being open to investigating it rather than totally believing that there's something terrible that's going to happen to you, or suppressing it by trying to give yourself some non-duality or spiritual quote, so by doing that, we'll more than likely release the tension to some extent and have good effects on you in the future. So that, to me, would be a positive karma action to investigate what happens in the body. But whether it happens is God will. It's down to God. But in one way, you are God. Who you truly are is consciousness. So it's magical, isn't it? It's like it's not you, but it seems to be you. It's just not the limitation of you. It's not thinking how you on the personality structure thinks it's happening. So to me, that would be good karma to investigate when you're in a dark place. What else was your question? Can I change your... So can you change it is like questioning, what's the sound of one hand clapping? What's the sound of one hand clapping? What's the sound of one hand clapping? Or does a tree that falls in, if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound? Basically, when you think you've ever got to an answer, know that there is another possibility.